local creator, Lilou here. I want to take you to a very special place. This is my neighborhood here in London. And there is this very special little park that is in my neighborhood. Well, that is actually a private communal park. I'm going to take you in here. Let me open the door. Let me show you a piece of heaven. Let me show you. We're here in the middle of London. And this is little central London park, private park that we have. How gorgeous is this? Look at this big, beautiful tree. Isn't that awesome? Isn't this beautiful? And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I was here this morning and I was so stressed and felt so much the fear that I decided to just walk barefoot in this park around and around. And after a while, I really start telling myself, you know what, I surrender. I have no idea, this is too intense of a fear. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then the next thing you know is that I found the gardener. We have a lovely gardener that handles very well this beautiful park. And then I asked him how I could help him because I felt like, you know, I need to do something and wanted to participate in this and thought it could shift my energy. And he said, why don't you pick up the leaves? So I cleaned up, not this area, but the area over there. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. But then unfortunately, at the end of that, shortly after, the fear came back and even more intensely. And I'm like, I gotta find a solution, you know, and how am I gonna do? And it's just so overwhelming. I could barely breathe. Like, you know, that kind of thick fear. And I called my friend Amaroon and she said, you know, just be with the fear. So I went to Hyde Park and just spent some time there. And just walked and fell asleep, and I'm going to show you in the meantime this lovely park. And I fell asleep, and then I walked some more. I love this house back there. Fell asleep. Oh, it's actually where I interviewed Tony Samara. Anyway, fell asleep. And then walked and decided to climb a tree, and I was so harsh on myself in that moment. You know, I was trying to find a solution. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna, you know? And as all those thoughts were rushing through my head, and it was getting worse and worse, I'm like, why am I so hard on myself? And then all of a sudden, like, I shift and I start thinking, I start embracing my fear instead. And start thanking it and being with it. And then in that moment I was like, what solution, you know, what can I find from a place of gratitude, I realize actually, here it is, that I've been very hard on myself. And I've always found a solution in being hard on myself, and that's how I've been proceeding all the time. And so in that moment, I thought, wait a second, how about finding a solution from a place of love and gratitude instead of my old patterns? Because now I feel like I crossed over in some way, if it makes sense. So trying to find my way through this new way of being, I opened my heart, and that's great. And then how do I actually produce result from a place of open heart. But that's not even the point, because from a place of open heart, then things happen, things clicked and everything, but it's just this fear. And I really discovered and started embracing myself for who I am, and start talking to my inner child and reassuring it, and it felt great. Climbed up some trees in Hyde Park, had a wonderful bonding time. I haven't found a solution yet, but I'm committed to find it from a place of love and understanding, and something that will work here for me and for everyone. So yeah, a bit of a shift there, but the fear is still here, but I'm pretty much at peace now. And I'm so grateful for this garden. I mean, come on, look at this. I just love this huge tree with those roses at the bottom. Look at that. Oh, so gorgeous, co-creator. I send you much love from London, and I'll update you very soon. Oh, by the way, a house, I received a negative letter, but I received it and I read it after all this. So when I saw it, I'm like, I know it's for the best. And actually, they probably will regret it one day, but that's another story. This is the flower. I'm not done with my story, but let me tell you, this rose smells so good. Ah, you have no idea. I wish I could give you that through the camera. I was afraid. My fear was here. I looked within. I saw more fear. I thanked my fear, and it disappeared. I felt love that had been here. I found myself in my fear.